Aloha and welcome. This is Representative Gene Ward with the Weekend Review at the Hawaii State Capitol. This is the first in the series of the 2010 session to give you a closer look at what's actually going on in your capital. What are the things that I'm doing, the things that I'm saying, how I'm voting, what are the good bills, what are the bad bills, and what are some of the things that you should have a heads up about. Some of the things that are happening that you should know a bit ahead of time even before they hit the newspapers. A couple of things I want to bring out today, first of which, what are my goals for the first 4 months of this session, or the 2010 legislative session? First and foremost, let's get the kids back in school. Let's end the furloughs. And how are we going to do that? How are we going to keep from dumbing down our kids even further? Because right now we're almost halfway through it. It's already February of 2010. And our kids are out of school. There's 163 days that they have. What we're going to do is mandate 180 days of furlough, 180 days of school. So if there are any furloughs, they got to go at least a minimum of 180 days. The other thing we want to do, we want to get this to be an accountable system. Right now, if you live in a roundhouse, you really can't be cornered. And what we want to be able to do is to say, here's where we want accountability, here's where we want responsibility, and the best way to do that is to appoint the superintendent of schools. Let's bring the governor's office in to appoint them, let's make it a cabinet position, and like the governor brings people on the carpet and saying something is not being done, this will be a way that it can be done. The second goal of the session, my caucus and myself has, is to create jobs. We want to make sure not only the kids back in school, but their parents stay at work. We want to keep those jobs, we want to create jobs. We want to make sure that the economy is not going to slip any further than it is. And as some of you know who followed the legislature, we often are job killers instead of job creators. In order to do that, we've created some tax incentives to create new jobs and some tax incentives to keep jobs. At the same time, we want to be able to push shovel-ready projects by having the permitting process expedited. So the two goals of the session, I hope to be able to see you at one of my town hall meetings. Did you end furloughs and did you create jobs? Those are the goals, the macros of the 2010 legislative session. I want to move to Mauna Loa Bay very quickly because we are going to have a town hall meeting about how to keep Mauna Loa Bay safe, and that's going to be in conjunction with the Coast Guard Auxiliary. Mrs. Lahua Lum, who is the mother of Keahi Lum, who unfortunately lost his life in a diving accident in Mauna Loa Bay. We want to have the eyes and the ears, like in a neighborhood watch situation, replicated in Mauna Loa Bay. You can do that. Just come to our meeting at Hahioni School, February 16th. Come to Hahioni School at 7 o'clock and join this group to watch Mauna Loa Bay become a safer place. Okay, that's my first report from the state capitol. This is Representative Gene Ward saying thank you for tuning in. Keep posted on what we're doing here at the Capitol, and I'll try to keep you as informed as much as possible. If you have anything to say, add, subtract, or modify in terms of how I'm doing, give me a ring, 586-6420, and at my email address, repward@capitolhawaii.gov, repward@capitol.hawaii.gov. Thank you and aloha.